All right. Good morning, everyone. We are live.
Good morning. So we are live.
Uh,
صباح
ت-
الخير.
ت- صباح النور. تحس في delay. You're hearing my voice a little bit later
Delayed compared to what?
because I feel like I'm asking you a question and then it takes you about like a second to answer.
Well, no, I need to make sure that you finished your prompts, عشان ما ابغى اقاطعك.
Okay. Okay. كيف الأجواء في
بس
الشرقية؟
I think there's a little bit of delay. ممكن انت you have it والله حر بس مو رطوبة بس حر يعني it's I don't know like are we live by the way because I can't see ممكن
We
it's
are.
still not
We,
uploaded for me.
we are live.
It's hot. It's getting hot. Okay. حار الجو شوية حار بس يعني إذا ما بتطلع بالظهر إذا ما بتطلع تحت الشمس directly you're fine. المشكلة إذا بديت تطلع تحت الشمس يعني أمس الظهر أنا اضطريت أطلع.
Hmm.
I had like a few places to go. It is hot. It is يعني super warm. Temperatures too high.
بس كيف في الليل without
But
the
if
sun?
it's at night or early morning right now, then you're في الليل it's okay if it's يعني if there's a little bit of breeze. إذا ما في breeze إذا الجو يعني ولا حركة فيه like مو حار it's just الheat is trapped in فهمت like
Mhm.
حرارة اليوم كلها is just trapped في الأرض في الأسفلت في كل شيء like حتى في الجدران في البيت like
Oh,
you
at night
cannot
you feel
you
like it's
cannot turn off the
releasing.
AC for more than like 10 minutes.
Yeah. والله it hasn't
تحس
been
الأماكن
the
كلها
worst في
radiated فهمت
جدة.
يعني yesterday. لا جدة is never this bad man. هو بس جدة الرطوبة whenever الرطوبة kicks in.
Hmm.
whenever الرطوبة kicks in then لكل حادث حديث it gets بس الشرقية هنا like July and August is like a combination of like رطوبة plus حرارة like 50. um so it gets bad there and then.
Yeah. Well, summer is coming, or I would say
I
summer
feel
is here.
summer is technically here.
Yes.
I might disconnect by the way for 1 second.
Okay. Think lost it a little bit. Gotta keep you guys entertained. But yeah, عيد الأضحى is coming. عام وانتم بخير. عيد سعيد. I don't know. A lot of people celebrate. أنا أحس في الغربية يعني كثير يتعايدوا ولا يتزاوروا في عيد الأضحى أو يسموه عيد اللحمة. الله يتقبل من كل الحجاج بهذه السنة. Hi, you back? Your voice is not coming in. Nope. Okay, 1 second. Let's try to fix. Okay, I think it should be on.
Okay, والحين
Yes, you are on.
all right, perfect. Sorry, internet issues. When I'm not at home with my regular setup, things gets out of hand.
And I mean, it's good. Your camera quality became better actually.
Okay, that's what I was trying to fix. I was trying to. You should have told me about the camera quality.
But yeah, I was talking to myself or everyone that is listening about Eid al-Adha. If
Yeah.
Anybody that celebrates it, يعني أحس عندنا في الغربية هنا مو كثير يحتفلوا فيه أو يتعاملوا معاه نفس عيد الفطر. ما يتعايدوا ما يتزاوروا نفس عيد الفطر أو عادات عيد الفطر. عيد الأضحى يجولي عيد اللحمة.
عيد
يذبحوا.
الايش؟
عيد اللحمة.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. Like because people eat لحم.
ميت يس.
اوكي. طيب كمل.
ما في عيديات، ما في تزاورات، ما في هدايا زي عيد الفطر. وما أعرف ليش مع إنه هو العيد الكبير.
هو هل هو العيد الكبير؟ هو العيد الكبير صح؟
يس.
طيب بس ليش يسمى بالعيد الكبير؟ ولا السؤال
أحس
صعب؟
إني أعرف الإجابة، يعني قد سألت هذا السؤال كنت في متوسط أو ثانوي و I got an answer but there's no way I can remember it.
Well, your friend ChatGPT might be able to remember. Yeah,
بس
I don't
هو
know.
كمان يعني عيد الأضحى يجي نهاية السنة الهجرية، فحتى هو يجي على عارف خلاص
اتوقع لانه برضو اغلب الناس تسافر في عيد الاضحى، لانه ايذر الناس راحت الحج او انه like people just يتغيروا جو، فهمت؟ يعني usually it's the case الناس تبغى تغير جو. عيد الفطر شويه الناس، اتوقع الناس اقل انها تسافر لانه طالعه من رمضان. رمضان is also like رمضان يأهلك for a big celebration. Like you're spending an entire month around people, around family, gathering almost every day. في
صايم والصيام طول الشهر.
yeah, so Ramadan يأهلك for social gathering because it's all about like socializing, right? It's all about like, well, it should be about spirituality, you know, like it should be about like meditating, like praying, like تتعبد تتقرب إلى الله. And a lot of people do that. I think we all do that like in one form or another. Like people يعني I think يعني majority of people do that. بس برضو everybody, I think يعني not majority, I think everybody like do participate in some form of social gathering for Ramadan. So I think that also prepares you إلى العيد. Like, you know, as Ramadan ramps up, social gathering also ramps up. ناس more likely إنهم يتجمعوا مع بعض، يحتفلوا مع بعض. بعدين يجي العيد, everybody still wants to like have that social energy going. فممكن people celebrate that more. Plus الفايب حق الفطور ان انت you're breaking the cycle, you're breaking the
Yes.
habit that you built over a month. فجأة خلاص صايم فجأة like ما قاعدين نصوم قاعدين نفطر. So I think that also contributes to it. بس عيد الأضحى I don't know, أحس like at least for us around here we do celebrate it. It's يعني not the same vibes as عيد الفطر. It is something we celebrate. People do gather. في usually like مندي أو like مفطح أو some form of like meat لحم like. بس برضو
yeah.
also sometimes we include fish هنا بالشرقية. A lot of people do
Okay.
use like fish as like مائدة أكل, you know. Like إذا تقعد على like على احنا نسميه كاب which is like الصحن الكبير.
ايش سموه؟
كاب
كاب.
كاب عيش. like
اوكي.
لما حد يقول لك كاب عيش معناته صحن كبير like
اوكي.
either وليمه either
like
like
تبسي رز
تبسي رز. exactly, we use تبسي
او
for like
مفطح.
او مفطح. yeah, بس احنا نقول كاب لما نقول لك خلاص جيب كاب العيش معناته oh yeah get ready you're gonna go to a food coma very soon man. ف there are these vibes بس it's just maybe يوم العيد نفسه. واغلب الناس هنا يسموه اصلا عيد الحجاج. which
ايوه.
is an excuse they use عشان انهم مثلا ما يبغوا يطلعوا عيديات. او انهم يبغوا يسافروا او يبغوا يشوفوا شيء انه هذا العيد اصلا عيد الحجاج. they are it's for them to celebrate الشعائر الدينيه.
So
But I think it's for everybody.
according to chat عيد الأضحى يسمى بالعيد الكبير لأنه مرتبط بشعائر أعظم اللي هي الحج والأضحية.
Okay.
وكمان أطول في مدته مقارنة بعيد الفطر.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, هو أطول.
I want to zoom in my camera.
All right. بس if you I hope you can hear me. I think you can. Also, your light is fine.
My light is fine, but I think because I'm wearing a hat, when I move this way, the camera try to adjust.
Yeah. All right.
I
So
think
yeah, well, for the people who are listening, this is the benefit and consequences of live production. With live production, it is less production, more real-time troubleshooting where you can see all of our mistakes.
واحنا قاعدين
exhibit
نتعلم ترى يعني we
واحنا
have
قاعدين
no idea what
نتعلم
we're doing.
yeah,
We're just running with.
which is the way of the road. يعني most of the time we have no idea what we're doing.
So, by
but
the
yeah,
way, actually, a background about what we're doing here. I feel like since صفحة صفر just started it off with random topics, but we never got to, I don't know, talk about why are we doing. We are, that's
I don't think there's much to talk about. I think we just, we just decided to make it.
okay. I'll tell the story from my side.
Okay, sure. I think there is no story. We just, yeah.
I have a story. So Rida contacts me like one of the weeks, maybe like a month or, and he's like, "Okay, we gotta meet. I want to talk to you about some kind of project, some idea." So me always assuming that whenever we talk about ideas, it's either gonna be like a startup company or a research idea or like something in that realm. And then I've been busy, really busy that week, and going through a lot of like mental stuff. So I did not have the capacity. I was like, okay, we'll meet. And just like any other adult living in 2025, we're like, okay, we'll meet. When is it gonna happen? It's never gonna happen. Although we live really close by, we work in the same building.
We live walking distance from each other, and we like work like flights of stairs away from each other. Like I can reach Firas in any time of the day in less than 10 minutes.
So anyway, we ended up linking up one of those days. I think it was a Sunday. If I'm not mistaken. He was like, okay, I have this idea. I want to start some kind of a live podcast. It does not exist في عالمنا العربي, and it doesn't exist for audience like us, people, millennials who are usually bilingual, who are in their, let's say, millennials list. And there's no podcast that does it live. And we want to discuss random things casually, comically, and not in a serious setup for the people who are heading to work during that hour of people driving. So none of us have any experience with social media or being present in a social platform. We never done that, so it was kind of a challenge, a new challenge, and new things to do and try out. So I was like, the heck, why not? And that was the motivation of like, why not try it?
Yeah, why not is the why not was it for me, like why not? Also, I think my voice is very low going to the stream.
Okay. Can you try to increase your gain?
I okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I increased my gain. I think it's working.
Okay.
Better now. I don't know. All right. We'll see. Like we'll figure it out at a later time as we go.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think it's good. I think it's good now. Okay, because I'm hearing it from the YouTube channel as well, just to make sure that it's working. All right. So yeah, that's the story. We just winged it. We are still winging it. There's not much. The idea was like if I'm driving, يعني it's mainly إلى الناس اللي حولنا اللي they're driving ساعات طويلة. أغلب الوقت أغلب الأيام like at least الناس اللي أنا أعرفهم اللي حولي. They do listen to audiobooks. في podcast يسمعوها. في أشياء. So أنا like the idea is like okay, let's do it live. Why not? Like let's try something new. ومنها برضو I think it helps us with our skills. أحس أنا فراس في ناس حولنا بالجامعة that you guys listeners will meet soon إن شاء الله. Like I think we are good at gathering information, very bad at giving information. Like we spend at least my like I think as Firas said, like يعني we also like some other days like we spend days just أحيانا نقعد مع بعض, we just talk. We talk about random things. So why not as well just talk about random things and learn life production with it, learn new skills. If you're not learning new skills, life becomes boring. So
Yes.
I don't know. And I went like from no social media at all to trying to do this. So it's also
A
going to be
live
interesting for me.
podcast.
Yeah, live podcast almost. So in that aspect, yesterday I was reading about something very interesting. Part of the brainstorming process, like for the topics that we are bringing up, is I as of right now, at least myself and Firas, as of this moment right now, maybe it will change down the line in the future. But for now, we are not communicating. We're not talking to each other about what we're talking about. And I told this to Firas is that, listen, I read about random things every day. And if I find something interesting, I'll just pop up the question to you and get what's your take on this, and vice versa. If Firas figures something out or reads something out and he wants to talk about it, like yesterday, old people, aging people, like that stuck with me throughout the day. Like I keep thinking about it. I was like, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. Maybe this is a better plan for them. Maybe not maybe like send them all to Mars. Have you watched Wally?
Oh my god.
Have you watched? Because we can cryo freeze them, you know, like if we
For what?
freeze
Freeze them for what?
for the journey to Mars, and then there's less gravity. Well, Mars has, what's the gravity on Mars? I think Mars has comparable gravity to Earth, but no
Yeah,
atmosphere.
it's very close.
So,
Yeah, it's very close.
yeah, but no atmosphere, so it's more easier to move around, I guess. But anyways, so one of the things I was reading about yesterday, we have a she's gonna kill me. We have a bathroom at home, where the bathroom has 0 light bulbs, no light. You walk into the bathroom, it's dark. Right, and part of the problem is on me. I should change the light bulbs, right? But nobody has time for that. Nobody wants to get a ladder. يروح because I also don't know شكل اللمبة. هل اللمبة 2 pins؟ هل اللمبة like the screw thing, and like
That's why you gotta take it off first and check.
Yeah, I have to bring a ladder, take it off, go to the store, buy a light bulb, bring it back. So it's a hassle. So you know, if she's listening, I'm sorry. I'll get to it sooner or later. Anyways, so I was thinking to myself, كنت داخل بدورة المياه وانتم بكرامة، فقاعد أفكر لي ليش اللمبة تخترب؟ Like, honest to God, why are the light bulbs going bad? I study lights. I know how light bulbs work. In theory, like I was literally like in that dark bathroom just thinking about this, and I go, in theory, I could design a light bulb that can never go bad. And me with my like limited knowledge, no information, I go, what is a light bulb? It's a filament that heats up through electrical currents and produce light. يعني هو في النهاية عبارة عن سلك معدن لما يعبر فيه التيار الكهربائي يشع ضوء لأنه يستحر. So الحرارة توصل very high temperatures like 2500 Kelvin تقريبا, which is for the people who are not nerds like me, نص حرارة الشمس. يعني أنت بتخيل حرارة surface of the sun, مو الشمس داخل برا الشمس. The surface of the sun is like around 5000 Kelvin. Filament not in an LED bulb, by the way. I'm not talking about LED technology. And we will talk a little bit about why not LED technology. I'm talking about just the old school technology, filament technology. So ياخذوا السلك معدن يحطوه inside a vacuum tube. There's a reason why vacuum tube. And vacuum tube basically so silk المعدن doesn't combust. So if there's no oxygen, it's all in vacuum. So also you don't want to allow the thermal heat to propagate to the glass. So you basically take this filament, connect it to a plus or minus, not plus and minus, you want current to go through, and you suck out all the air of this light bulb glass, and that's it. Like that's a simple light bulb. And to my naive brain, I go, but that should never go bad. صح؟ إذا عندي سلك معدن, imagine عندي سلك
In theory,
tungsten.
yes.
Yeah, silk tungsten. Tungsten is a very, very strong metal.
Yeah.
And then I send an electrical current through it. Why would it go bad?
Because they need to make money. If you buy
so yeah, exactly. So I was searching it. Then because I go okay, I design يعني إذا أنا قاعد حمام ضلمة and I'm thinking about this, I was like, خلاص, I designed the tungsten and I send the current through the tungsten. The current is below its rupture, like, because you want thermal expansion to be limited and controlled. But if the current is below that threshold where it's not quickly expanding, then in essence, the metal is not going to go bad. And if it's in total vacuum, then it's not going to combust. The area around it is not going to burn. You'll have essentially a source of light that could last forever. And I like start يعني خلاص يعني الموضوع سهل, فجيت ادور like Google, ChatGPT. I went even on some YouTube videos, and I like learned that there is a light bulb designed specifically the way I talked about. You know, it's a glass chamber in total vacuum, and inside of it there's a tungsten film, and that tungsten film has been operating for 1 million hours now. It's since 19.
It's mind blowing.
Oh, something. يعني like I think it's more than 100 years old. اللمبة موجودة في fire station. I forgot where, but maybe we can pull up like it's. I think if you open YouTube, فراس, like just write like the oldest light bulb in fire station still on. I think there's a live stream on it. Like في كاميرا محطوطة على light bulb. Like just the light bulb never went off. And this light bulb has existed for about 100 years. Never went off. It doesn't have an off switch. It's always on. Always on.
That's the thing. I mean, it is definitely possible. Right. Okay, it's 120 years old.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen this video.
If there's no music in it, you can show it. If it's on YouTube. Anyways, so...
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So light bulbs existed for more than 100 years. Actually, since 1890, light bulbs has been in existence. بعدين, with a little bit of research, اللي اكتشفته, تعلمت حاجة جديدة اسمها bland obsolescence. Let me get the term correct. Hold on, because it's a very nice term. بالعربي. Yeah, bland obsolescence. And it was created by a light bulb cartel. And بالعربي اسمه التقادم المخطط له. So they plan how to improve. But light bulbs at the beginning of their time, لما كانوا filaments, لما كانوا أسلاك معدن داخل vacuum tubes, at the beginning of the time, الشركات اللي كانت تصنع light bulbs realized إنه لما أنا أبيع مثلا فراس 10 لمبات, فراس ما راح يجيني يشتري 10 لمبات مرة ثانية.
Yes.
It's done. It's a game over. Because أول ما فراس يحط اللمبة and they were honest. كانوا ناس صادقين. فيعطوه يبيعوا الفراس اللمبة ويعطوا فراس كيف تشغل اللمبة بحيث إن اللمبة ما تخترب عليك. Right?
Because I mean that was the main drive of an engineer, right? You want to make something that works and works sustainably, works,
right? And
yes, it just works. It doesn't break.
Oh, so you're showing the video. Is this the video?
I don't know. I saw it in the inside edition. So yeah, I think it's the...
It doesn't matter.
So I'm not playing a voice.
Yeah, you can just play the video. We can just show it on the stream. Because I want to show a Lemba. Lemba was literally installed in this fire station.
Yeah.
About more than... Yeah, there it is. And تخيل هذه اللمبة is 120 years old. And it never went off. It was never switched off. It doesn't have a switch. It doesn't have anything. It's directly connected to an electrical current that sends less than 5 volts. It's less than 5 volt bias عليها.
Anyways. Yeah, I see this thing. I wonder what is this? What is this?
What is
you see this black thing? It's like looks like a nozzle, like a ما أعرف كأنه سويتش ما هو سويتش هو بس it looks like something you can tie down
No,
it. Is
you
it a
can
screw
look at
just
the
to hold it?
I think it's just to hold it because I don't think this was like this the turn on.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it has
okay,
like a
okay.
metal tube and you just need a screw to hold it.
Okay,
But
okay.
this beautiful light bulb existed for more than 100 years, never been switched off.
Yeah, on the same
Never.
note, remember when Ford was gonna go bankrupted because of their
Yeah.
cars? That how good their cars were.
Right. So
they were not selling parts, and most, I mean,
they were not selling parts. Exactly.
most car
Anyways,
companies they make money off of like the parts, selling the parts.
right. So anyways, so this light bulb here, uh فانا بدي اقرا عن الموضوع، ابغى اعرف شويه زياده. فاللي تعلمته is this term bland obsolescence. And bland obsolescence was created by these like light bulb manufacturing cartels في كل العالم، مو بس بامريكا. كل the largest light bulb manufacturers جو قعدوا في طاوله وقالوا يا جماعه احنا مبيعاتنا طلعت في البدايه everybody's like buying light bulbs، العالم ضوى.
Everybody
بعدين
wants
مبيعاتنا
lights.
بوف،
Yeah.
ما حد قاعد يشتري لايت بولبز مره ثانيه. فتجمعوا في مكان قعدوا. فيليبس is one of them, ABE one of them, like اكبر شركات لايت بولب موجوده الى اليوم. like دول الشركات like they still illuminate all of our houses. I'm using a Philips light right now. فانيوز قعدوا في غرفه probably غرفه ظلمه وقالوا يا جماعه احنا ما قاعدين نبيع لمبات لانه الناس اشترت اللمبات ما قاعد تخترب. ف they came up with a genius way of saying, listen, we're making light bulbs too good. Bring in جيبوا المهندسين دول العباقرة، جيبوهم الغرفة. جو المهندسين دول السي اي اوز رؤساء حقات الشركات قالوا للمهندسين انتم شغالين طول عمركم، يعني طول عمرك هدفك حاجة واحدة، make humans life better. And they're like, yes, yeah, like we have a code of ethic. When I design something, I'm designing it to make human life better. The CEO goes, okay, how about we make more money? How about we make human life better? We give them light bulbs. But how about we make so much more money? And they were like, what? How? وكان الموضوع مرة سهل. Deliberately add a flaw into the light bulb design, either by injecting oxygen or using very defected filament wires, or have the bias anode cathode increase over time such that it burns off, or allow it that انه مثلا لما تطفي اللمبه وترجع تشغلها after some specific time your electrical circuit wire just go loose، بحيث انه الناس تبغى تشتري لمبه بعد 18 شهر. We don't want our revenue to stop. We want our revenue to continue. بس ما نبغى الناس تنظلم انه كل سنه يجوا يشتروا لمبه، خلوها كل سنه ونص. Fair enough. Okay. So these engineers went to work and they figured out so many ways to make light bulbs go bad after a specific amount of desired time. فانت تشتري لمبه، اللمبه اللي تشتريها مكتوب عليها كم ساعه تشتغل. So they agreed انه اللمبه المفروض تشتغل no more than 1,000 hours. No more. 1,000 hours. اي لمبه انت كمصنع مثلا فراس انت تصنع لمبات، انا اصنع لمبات
Both agree had a time limit.
Yes.
عشان it would not be fair if one of them, for example,
Yes.
decreased it compared to the other. Their sales are gonna.
So, and it's also a very bad idea that you increase your lifetime of your light bulb, because if you increase the lifetime of your light bulb, nobody will buy my competitor's light bulb. So مثلا إذا أنت شركة ألف وأنا شركة باء، شركة ألف تبيع لمبة تشتغل 2000 ساعة، شركة باء تبيع لمبة تشتغل 1000 ساعة.
بروح اشتري
اثنينهم نفس السعر، ليش اشتري حقتي أنا؟ أروح اشتري حقت فراس. So دول الشركات اتفقوا because it's a real cartel. تخيل اتفقوا إنه listen, every batch you manufacture Firas, every batch I manufacture Rida, we send a sample from this batch to each other and we test it. We test it for the 1,000 hours. وكل ما اشتغلت اللمبة أكثر من 1000 ساعة we pay a fine. ندفع مخالفة. والمخالفة تروح to this light bulb manufacturing. لهم اسم by the way إلى الناس اللي قاعد تسمع فيه. Search this up. دول الشركات لما تجمعوا سووا coalition حطوا له اسم. I forgot what it's called. But like It's like in the 1920s. So if you look up like in ChatGPT, like 1920s light bulb cartel to limit the light bulb lifetime, it will give you out the name of the organization. Anyways, فهم قرروا انه this is the best course of action, انه نخلي اللمبات تشتغل 1000 ساعة عشان we all make money and our revenue doesn't stop.
اوكي اسمهم Phoebus Cartel.
Phoebus Cartel. That's actually their name. Phoebus Cartel. It's a light bulb manufacturing cartel. طبعا they're no longer in existence, and there's a reason why. We shifted to LEDs. When we shifted to LEDs intrinsically have a lifetime because of the way the semiconductor works, the BN junctions. After a specific amount of current induced into them, they just go bad. They decay.
The material degradation, right?
Yeah, material degradation, fabrication errors, all of these things. Which, by the way, we can still perfect the process and make light bulbs that would last forever, but no, because of the Phoebus cartel. Now, what avalanched outside of light bulbs is so much more. For example, the iPhone. Apple deliberately practiced planned obsolescence to make sure they sell you a phone every year. They did this before with their batteries. فمثلا the iPod, actually there's a famous story about the iPod. في واحد في أمريكا لما اشترى ايباد بعد سنة ونص اكتشف إنه and this is in 2000 something, like 20 years ago almost. اكتشف إنه الايباد لما اشتراه بعد سنة ونص البطارية اختربت. فكلم ابل قال لهم بطارية الجهاز اختربت. قال عدى الضمان، سعر البطارية $220 بس سعر الايباد الجديد $150. might as well buy a new iPod. And he goes, what? Hello? How? And then he made a big thing about it. He even recorded the salesperson on the phone. If you go on YouTube, you'll find like it's one of the biggest like Apple lawsuits on there. And then Apple lost the lawsuit. They realized they cannot do this. Never fixed the issue, by the way. They just settled out of court. راحوا دفعوا له فلوس، دفعوا لغيره فلوس، قال لهم just hush, kill the case. Don't go too crazy with it. بعدين Apple, we all know recently in 2017 or 16, I think, software updates حقين Apple.
Slowing down the phone, right? Yeah.
Yes. So Apple انفضحوا انه لما يطلعوا جوالات جديدة يسووا update للجوالات القديمة to slow them down, to make the user experience so bad انه the user has to upgrade. And the justification for it was انه the new updates slowed down the phone to help the battery life, which is يعني BS in all essence.
BS, yes.
Yeah, complete BS in all essence. But then Apple now, because they cannot do this anymore, because again, it's another lawsuit, went big, واجد مشاكل, they settled, دفعوا فلوس, دفعوا I think 500 million or some near billion, some crazy amount on that. بعدين الحين they have a new era of planned obsolescence. And you know where they are inspired from?
Where?
Take a guess. Take a guess what inspired the new method for Apple to sell phones every year. Remember, Apple wants to sell phones every year, not every 2 years. Every year they want people to buy their new phone. Take a guess. Where was the inspiration from, and how are they doing it? Because
my brain is stuck on the light bulb.
The light bulb is their original thing, like with the batteries, defectives. You add, they still have this. So the light bulbs inspired them, like with the batteries. مثلا we never make a perfect battery. Make sure the battery degrades عشان لما الجهاز يخترب, make sure ان سعر the replacement of the battery is more than سعر الجهاز. But also never ever فراس, never ever make batteries that can be replaced.
Yes.
On your devices. I mean, so
even like user, what do you call it? Like user fixability. So all new, all smart, buy it, you can fix it in any ways. You open it yourself, it's not that hard. But right now, if you open it, you'll never bring it back together, same as it was. There's always going to be something wrong with it. It will be finicky.
Right. So they do this deliberately.
The new era, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking, I think it's going to be from a software perspective. Or camera?
Well, they lost the software battle few years ago. صح, they were doing it by software. بعد
Yes,
البطارية,
yes.
بعد
They
ما
were
فضحوا على
slowing down.
البطارية, they were doing
Yeah.
it for software.
The other
And
thing
the
would be
software.
cameras.
So the cameras though do not go يعني like trivial or meaningless upgrades to the phone is one style, but colors, they were inspired from fashion. So if you're a fashion manufacturer, إذا أنت مثلا تصنع ملابس فراس, what do you صوتك راح by the way.
Yeah. Okay, no, I
Okay,
have to get.
الحين رجع. I think yeah, the gate increase, you can increase the gain a little bit. Anyways, so إذا أنت تصنع ملابس, إذا أنت مصنع للملابس, if you're a Zara, if you're Nike, if you're whoever makes fashion, like if you're in fashion, how do you make sure that your customers are coming back again to buy new clothes without them losing the يعني إذا الملابس خربت, God bless, الملابس خربت, بتروح تشتري ملابس جديدة. They're perishable. بس إنه أغلب الناس, they don't wait for their clothes to go bad or like خلاص. لا, what do? They make sure they're out of style. So they create what is called as a seasonal style.
Yes, like
Right?
winter and summer, and then the summer 2025 summer fashion styles. And
Right. So
yeah,
fashion
is the trend.
manufacturers, whatever, yeah, they create trends, styles that go out of season or styles that go out of fashion because I decide to make something else because I want you to make sure to buy the new product. Even though you have the old product and it's perfectly fine, I want to make sure that I drive my revenue, I drive my sales. So I implant this idea of style and change of colors, change of scenes, and whatnot. So Apple immediately went with it. So now, if you look at the new iPhones, every year, Apple markets new colors that are
Yeah.
different from the year before. Apple market new shapes that are different than the year before, but they are meaningless from in terms of like cell phone technology or smartphone technologies. From year to year, the upgrade, the actual smartphone hardware upgrade is almost trivial. You don't do anything to it. Battery life increase, trivial, means nothing, not much of an upgrade, and all of it is like almost يعني لو تجمع كل الاشياء الحقيقيه مختلفه between ايفون like what 16 وايفون 17 اللي راح يطلع للحين, ممكن الاشياء الاكشوال hardware and software differences is like almost negligible.
Yeah, and then I mean, like the hardware is already really, really, really good, and
Yeah.
most of the upgrades are happening nowadays from the software perspective. Which you can, as a manufacturing company or an Apple, you can always roll out these software updates to any of these smartphones, and they are capable of running these software features easily. But I mean, you're not going to be able to sell new phones.
No.
Yeah.
So planned obsolescence right now is with iPhones, at least with Apple, is like, how can I make my phones different such that oh Firas, how you're out of date, you're out of fashion, you have the blue iPhone.
Yeah.
Come on, that's like 2016.
Yes,
Go get the new space gray, black matte, Mars colored.
And the names are so funny, honestly. Like,
right.
Yes, true.
It's a way of doing it.
Did you see the Nothing phone? Or it says the Nothing company, but they have smartphones now.
No, I don't know anything about Nothing company.
So it's an Android phone. It's made in the US, so the company is in the US. But they're making the most like efficient, advanced, let's say, smartphone at the lowest cost. So it costs really, really nothing. I could look it up right now, but it has everything that you need, not to the level of like flagships from Samsung or Apple, but everything a person that uses their phone, like a camera is amazing, the software experience is amazing, the processing speed is amazing, the battery is great, and the way it looks is very unique. I'll show you just a picture maybe.
Yeah, bullets up. Let's look at. So yeah, bland obsolescence is what I was reading about yesterday. Literally, like the thing that triggered it in my mind was إني دخلت like الباثروم ما في ولا light bulb. I was like, how? Like, come on, we can create. يعني أنا like أي أحد literally making a light bulb is so easy. But you know who said it the very first time? About like Thomas Edison. He said, I learned 1,000 ways of how not to make light bulbs.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, from
right,
all his
like,
experiments.
yeah, all of his
Yes.
experiments. And then when he had the first light bulb, he goes, I learned 1,000 ways of how not to make light bulbs. Well, guess what? Thank you, Thomas Edison, for creating the light bulbs, but light bulb manufacturers are using those 1,000 ways of how not to make light bulbs, which is really cool. It's crazy. But then it avalanched into Apple products. It's also avalanching into cars. The Chinese manufacturers. شوف يعني الصراحة I didn't understand it a year ago while you were pulling this. بس إنه ما أبوي كان دائما يتحلطم. إحنا نقول يتحلطم. I don't know شو يقولوا بالغربية.
Yeah,
It's like complain. يتحلطم. إنه هو كان عنده حقات السواق are like Chinese cars. They're really good. السيارة affordable, like drives very well. فيها كل الفانكشناليتيز, literally all functionalities, and very affordable. So it's great. Like they're really great. بس بعدين لما بدت السيارة تخترب بعد 5 سنين, my dad immediately goes, ما في قطع غيار. ما حد يبيع قطع غيار. أروح أي مكان ما حد يبغى يبيعني قطع غيار. Like,
and nobody knows how to fix it, by the way. Like if you take it apart, it's gone.
Yeah, nobody knows. And then it goes, my dad is like, خلاص ببيع السيارة. Like ارتفع ضغطه يبغى يبيع السيارة. بعدين ما حد يبغى يشتري السيارة.
Nobody would buy it. I think that's the point. It's like you just throw it away. You salvage it.
Yeah, you salvage it.
Okay, that's the phone. So you see, it costs like 2,800 ريال.
Okay,
it's kind
cheaper
of
than any other phone available in the market.
Yes, it's not transparent, I think, but it has this LED back thing. This thing light up, by the way. It's showing the NFC coil, some the PC. It's like really different, finicky.
Wait, I can't. Oh, wait. I have to wait for the YouTube. Oh, I see it now.
See it? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the phone.
I mean, it looks like any smartphone.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Also, like all of these, by the way, these stripes are LEDs. They light up. You can control them. You can program them basically to whatever, like notification, as a flash, as whatever you want.
So
and you see like this PCB kind of design.
That's really cool. What's unique about it? What's their selling?
So their selling point is that you don't need a phone that has amazing processor, 1,500 cameras capture all of these level photos. You don't need all of that on your pocket. If you don't want to spend that much money, and you like as an average user, you're like what, scrolling, looking things up, playing music on your, taking selfies, Google Maps, navigation. That's pretty much what you use it for. So they give you everything that you need exactly, not more, not less. So that's why it costs. The major selling point is the cost. Like it costs 2,800, but they compete with in sales list. They're trying to flagship.
So the camera is 32 megapixels.
Yes, I mean we can look at the specs.
Yeah, but I just want to compare it to like the camera of the latest Samsung, which if you know Firas always tries to sell Samsung, yet he doesn't use Samsung phones.
I don't try to sell Samsung. No, I sell Android, not Apple.
Oh, he sells Android, not
iOS.
Apple. It's like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like you see how it lights up.
It's gorgeous. I was gonna say that one major difference between جو الشرقية وجو الغربية الحين الحساسية اللي في الجو. So في الشرقية wherever you go right now النخل is like flourishing. الحرارة بدأت تزيد, but like a consequence of that مو بس النخل, يعني واجد أشجار الحين تبدي like يبدوا يزهروا. بس يا الله دود أقعد من النوم الصباح أحس كذا like وجهي مصفوق بقطار. يا دود كمية like الالرجنز بالجو والغبار يعني واو. like بجدة يعني الأيام الأسابيع الماضية اللي أنا قاعد فيها بجدة صحيح موجود حساسيه، انت شفتني like احيانا ارجع من النوم like I'm
yeah.
just sneezing non-stop. بس at least like not every day and then it stops. يعني بعد اخذ like I take antihistamines and like it calms down. يا عمي انا قعدت الساعه 6 هنا like I took antihistamines, I took Benadryl sinuses, اخذت my asthma medications and like I'm still like احسني I'm getting worse.
And I'm sorry والله it's tough يا أخي.
It's يا اخي
حساسية really tough. Something you gotta
anyways
live with. No
well
cure.
there is no cure to it for
There
now.
is that. There was a video. Okay, yeah. See, it's like you control the volume. See the what happened. You see the charging, how far it's charging from the LED below. Yeah, you can make a composer, so you can use these LEDs or to make music sync to the LED. So they're doing a lot of fun things with the LEDs. Okay, you have full
Right.
control over the icons, the apps, interface.
So it's basic
It's an
Android. So
Android.
Android gives you this flexibility.
They have
But like
ChatGPT integrated.
so this one is already out, so?
Oh, sorry. This is the second one, by the way.
Oh, second one.
Yeah, they already released the first one. This is the second one.
Like, and what if you compare it to like, so in terms of hardware, people care more about like the camera. So yeah, it's integrated to ChatGPT. So the camera is one of the major factors الموجودة صح?
Yes.
So how does it compare to iPhones, the latest iPhone or iPhone 16, which is already out in the market, and the latest what's it call it? The latest Samsung. I don't know.
Sure. I don't think it's gonna be as good. Definitely.
But like it's 32 megapixels. How much is the iPhone?
It's 50 megapixels.
iPhone 50?
I know that this is the nothing phone.
Oh,
Can
the
you see my
nothing phone
screen?
is 50. I can see. So you need
Is
to
it
fix
cut?
it's cut. So I actually if you look over the YouTube stream,
Oh,
it's
yes, yes.
you need to rescale it such that we see the full screen. Just listen. You can on the Streamlabs. You can just right click the window capture and just say fit to screen or whatever.
Capture.
Or just yeah, one of the live streaming troubleshooting. Just click on it في الحين اختفى صوتك.
Okay, maybe because I was
far away. Yeah, just click on يعني انت شوف في الستوديو مود كليك على يعني you see our pictures الثنتين اللي تحت, you see the window screen, click on it and just scale it بالماوس.
Oh, I lost the whole.
You lost the whole thing. All right, we killed our stream. Great.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just
let's
trying
go back
to show the specs basically. So they're showing, yeah, like 50 megapixel. We can pull like a quick comparison, but from camera perspective, definitely Samsung and iPhone the lead. So, if you're a photographer, you do a lot of videography and things like this, but on budget, let's say, definitely these flagship phones are better. But this phone, how I'm looking at it is like very budget. And then this is their flagship. So they have also like the 2A, I think, which is much cheaper. So like the cost it just makes sense, you have to spend that much to have a phone that gives you everything you need. So I'm liking this, and that's, by the way, their vision in the company, to not needing to like bombard this phone with a lot of things.
Right. No, that's شوف I support it because I think it's very well needed. خصوصا لما تجي لها من ناحية like why would يعني here there are rumors that the next iPhone will be like the next flagship iPhone. it will cost like $3,500.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of money. Like, I wouldn't mind spending this much on a laptop.
Uh,
I need it to be powerful.
Decrease the noise gate on your, or remove the noise gate because you're cutting in and out.
Okay, I
On
think
your
because
mic.
I keep moving as well. So.
Yeah, so just remove the noise gate. So here, I just asked Perplexity, my new AI friend. I stopped
Yeah.
using ChatGPT because I'm not super a fan of Sam Altman nowadays. But it's comparing the displays, both all of the flagships between iPhone, the Nothing Phone, and the Samsung Galaxy. So I'm comparing the iPhone 15 Pro Max with the Nothing Phone 3A and the
Yeah, that's
Samsung
their
Galaxy S23 Ultra.
yes.
In terms of display, they're almost the same size. 6.77 inches for the Nothing, 6.8 inches for the Samsung, 6.7 inches for the iPhone, which basically you would not notice the difference, slight
And that's
differences.
dimension-wise, like the size,
That's
right?
that's dimension-wise of this display in terms of inches. They're all 120 hertz refresh rate, so they're really good. They're all HDR, like 10 plus. So I don't think there's a problem in terms of screen. They're all the same thing almost. Resolution. The Samsung Galaxy S23 has so much more pixels per inch. It has 500 pixels per inch. The iPhone has 460 pixels per inch, while the Nothing phone has 387 pixels per inch. And that's for like in layman's term is how many points in an inch do you have that shines light? The more that you have in them, the better the picture quality you have. It's just things look much smoother. But I think to a human eye, after a specific threshold, it doesn't
You
matter.
can detect, yes.
Yeah,
And I mean,
at
maybe
least
if you playing you playing video games, you know, it
right
will
with
show.
not really though. Like it's very hard because حجم الشاشة صغير. So how many pixels can you put in 1 inch, right? Samsung is higher like than the iPhone and the Nothing phone, but like they're all like around the 4, like يعني the difference is too little. I don't think
Yeah.
it's
To
visible.
see
Like
it, to be
yeah,
able to detect it with the human eye, yes.
yeah, I don't think so. يعني البروسيسور I think we can all agree that Apple's 3 nanometers technology processors are just superior to everyone else. I think that's just I don't know. Maybe I don't know much about the technology, but I think Apple does really, really good processors in general. They make their own. Their 3 nanometer technology. They're just god level in terms of like processing power.
Yeah.
In terms of like the Nothing phone and the Samsung, they both use the Snapdragon generation. So they both use the Snapdragon technology.
Yeah.
Samsung has a slightly better processor because it's designed just specifically for them, while the Nothing phone has like a generic 7 series generation 3. So
Yeah.
processor, hardware, they're all the same. Like as far as it goes right now, I don't see any differences. The RAM on the phone, it could be 8 or 12 gigabytes. iPhone are capped at 8. Samsung could have both functionalities, 8 or 12, depending on how much money you want to spend. Storage, storage is a critical issue because the Nothing phone maximum is like 256. So with storage, you do have that like advantage of the iPhone or the Samsung.
Yeah.
Um,
But I mean, do
there
you
we
see
go.
my point? The matching basically the storage with
Right.
the usage of the
It's
phone. Like
yeah.
if you're not taking really high quality, high resolution images or videos, you don't need that much storage.
Exactly. But this is now we got to the point of very well like this is the selling point of any technology today with
Yeah.
smartphone technology is how good is your camera,
Yes.
right? Like so this one has also 3 cameras.
Yeah, the 3, I think the 3A,
Yeah.
they added
The
another
3
camera, yes.
Yeah, the 3A has 3 cameras. So the regular wide lens camera is 50 megapixels on the Nothing phone. It's
Okay.
48 megapixels on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Granted, this is iPhone 15, so the new iPhone will be better, but like we're comparing these together because they came out in the same year. While the Samsung is like 200 megapixels.
Yeah, I mean, why do I need that? You know?
Right, but like you see, Samsung is already like 4 times. Like it's just, you know what? This is your technology. I'll go 4 times higher. Like
And
for
that's the point. Like they're selling a flagship. You know, like they're selling a
yeah,
phone that is versatile. You can do everything with it.
right. So they have like all the other cameras are like comparable. They're all the same, like almost the same. So I'm not too worried about those. The front camera of the Nothing is actually superior to Samsung and Apple. It's 32 megapixels versus
Oh,
12 on the other phones. So I really like that. I think because we're most likely using the front camera for a lot of things like
yeah.
selfies, FaceTime, but like there's no FaceTime, just selfies. Even though that I think that Snapchat will still suck on all Android phones.
Yes, it
I'm
still
sorry.
does.
Yeah. Everything else, like I don't care.
Yeah.
So like literally, like the design of the phone is sleek. It's cool. Would I personally buy it? I can't. I just love Apple too much. Um, I because the integration of the everything, right? Like, and
Yeah,
Apple
yeah.
latest software, like the Mac OS latest upgrade, literally make, which they should have done like 10 years ago. Apple, fucking, anyways. They just made integration between all of their platforms a lot easier. But in terms of price
Whoa.
points, yeah, whoa, dude, we needed to
Man,
create.
if I have a Chrome tab anywhere in this universe, I can access everything that I have. My phone, my photos, my files, everything that I have. Just one Chrome tab.
Hey,
I don't need
that
all these
technology,
fancy softwares.
wait, that technology is so sophisticated. It takes Apple like 12 years to make, man. Like, come on.
See,
Like,
I
and
mean, I
wait, I forgot what to mention. Probably when they roll this out, it's only going to be available on iPhone 17 because older iPhones can't handle it. Come on.
yes, no, they can't. It has the old processor.
Yeah, old processor, old battery, old antenna. Like the antenna is old. Like how can you upload all of this information? Like
That is the
like
most BS. Like, what do you mean the antenna is old? Like,
dude, like I don't know. They don't say the antenna is old. I'm just shitting on
yeah, yeah.
Apple. بس يعني اغلب الظن like Apple like لما تطلع الدعايات حقينها like you go like you watch it like come on stop the bullshit like اعطوني
And
الحقيقة
that's
اعطوني
the only
الزبدة
reason,
الموضوع
honestly, I was never bought into the Apple like environment, the Apple cult. I was never bought into it because of that. Like, look, I love their hardware. I love their user interface is much superior than any operation system, I think. But I never got like the culture of the company is just so weird. Like, why are you treating me like I'm so dumb? And you're telling me like, look, we gave you this, you should be grateful, and we did a lot of advancement. Like, no, man, come on. At least, like, with the Android world, it's like there's a lot of things that suck, okay? But it's like, okay, we're trying to push the boundaries. This feature sucks, sure, remove it in the next phone. Like, I remember the Pixel, I think it was 5 or 6. They added a radar on the front face of the camera of the
hmm
phone. So the feature is basically when you get closer to your phone will know, and it will turn on the screen. And you can, like, I remember I was able to change music and scroll just like using my hand gesture.
right.
So I bought this when I was in the US, I think. Yeah, it was during that time. I came back to Saudi Arabia and it's blocked because you cannot use LiDAR. You have to, like, just country policies and regulation.
Okay, fair enough.
And since Google is not fully supported in the Middle East yet, I don't
At
know
that
when
time,
they're going to do that. I still
no,
not.
I think
Like,
they have headquarters now for Riyadh, no?
yeah, but they don't sell their smartphones. They don't sell, like, they
Okay,
don't have a Google store, let's say.
okay, fair enough.
Uh, so a lot of the features are not rolled out to they're only rolled out to certain regions. Anyway, so and then they found out like, okay, what, this is just so stupid, it's draining the battery, there's no actual use for it yet. So they removed it from the following phone. So you know what I mean, like there's a lot of trial and error, and they're just trying, like, okay, we released this feature, we literally, I feel like the team were coding it the week before. They tested it internally, and they're like, okay, what the heck, release it, let's see how the public is
Yeah,
going to react to it. And they do release it with safety, of course, and all of that. If it takes acceptance, sure. If it doesn't, remove it from the next phone. try to improve in something else. So it's something actually I can relate to, you know, when I'm prototyping something. It's exactly what I'm doing, you know. I'm designing in my software, fabricating, testing. It's like, no, I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it functions. Throw it. Make another one. Start a new design. Apple are like slower from that sense, but I think what made them Apple because they built this
Yeah,
structure to
it's
how they release their
the
technology.
iPhone of 2007. That's what made them Apple.
Yes, definitely.
They gave the world the worst poison on earth.
Yeah.
Smartphones. Oh, but
Yes.
also, you know what Apple created that was like not created. What Apple introduced that I think really changed the game was the Gorilla Glass. Right? Like, but there is also something I don't understand. If you go to Corning, Corning is a glass manufacturer in upstate New York. يعني لما كنت في أمريكا I lived like 1 hour and a half away from Corning the glass company. Corning is also a city in New York. So this city is like one of the like leading glass manufacturers في العالم. So in 2006, when Steve Jobs was introducing the iPhone, by the way, the first screen on the iPhone was supposed to be plastic.
Was supposed to be what?
Plastic. كانوا بيسووها
Oh,
plastic
okay.
because plastic does not crack. Like
Yeah.
لما يطيح ما بينكسر. But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
realized no, plastic scratches very easy and also it's thick. So they didn't want to do that. So Steve Jobs wanted to use glass, but at that time, glass like breaks. Like what? Like it doesn't scratch, but like it breaks.
It'll
Like
crack.
super easy
Yeah.
to break. Like it shatters actually, not just scratch. It used to shatter like everywhere. But then Apple, like Steve Jobs, contacted Corning. He called the CEO of Corning وقال لهم إنه أنا يا جماعة أبغى اسمع البرومت أبغى زجاجة like super thin and I don't want it to break and I don't want it to scratch. Right? And Corning, as a glass manufacturer, like they make glass. They didn't tell him like, oh, okay, you stop drinking while you're drinking, man. Like, come on. They said, okay, we'll do it. Give us some time. 6
Yeah.
months later, Gorilla Glass was invented. And Gorilla Glass, if you go to Corning today, and in their museum, so the Corning City of the New York State, they have a glass museum, which is beautiful. Like again, like I don't know why people would travel there, but if you're going to Niagara Falls and like if you're in upstate New York for Niagara Falls, because Niagara Falls are gorgeous to see, I would highly recommend going to Watkins Glen in Fingers Lake, Seneca. Like there are these different Watkins Glens and Seneca Lake and all of these. They are gorgeous. They're like 2 hours away from Niagara Falls. And 30-40 minutes away from them is Corning City, which has the Glass Museum. And if you're in that region for some reason, then definitely visit the Glass Museum. And in there, they showcase the Gorilla Glass technology. You know, one of their tests, what they do,
What?
which is bizarre, they take a slab of glass that almost as big as the iPhone dimensions, and they put it at they call it a selfie distance. So when you're holding your phone at a selfie distance
Okay.
up there, and they not just release and drop it. No. They add force downward with it. Like
they throw
boom,
it. They shoot it.
they
Yeah.
shoot it down to the floor on a concrete slab. Like عندهم كده قطعة concrete حاطينها تحت. And it never breaks.
Amazing.
Never breaks. Firas, never breaks. Never does. So
That's
Corning
incredible.
created the Gorilla Glass, and it's actual like a miracle of a glass. Now, my question is, why is it when an iPhone drops, breaks?
Planned
right?
obsolete.
Obsolescence. Planned
Obsolescence.
Right? So
That
because
is.
like يعني انا شوف انا literally like I never thought of this بس الحين like it's all coming back to me like I remember when I went to Corning, one of the most things اللي حقيقة انبهرت فيها is all the Gorilla Glass testing they do. Like they show you, dude, يجيبوا لك like all like they bring you like actual bulletproof 6-7 inches glass thick.
Yeah.
ويحطوه قدامك ويجيبوا لك like a regular what half an inch less, few centimeters thick Gorilla Glass ويعطوك like stylus كده زي القلم قدامه معدن ويقول لك try to break this, and because it's a pressure point, so it has a tiny pressure point, and if you put it on like the thick glass, like shatters, and you go to the Gorilla Glass وتحس like no, this is impossible.
I wonder how they did it. Like, are they, I don't know, coating the top layer?
Super easy. It's not coating the top layer actually. So we can find a video and play it, or like people look it up. It's super easy. You know how they figure this out? So they take regular glass with like sodium, potassium salts bath or whatever, and they do ion exchange between the two glasses. Literally, يصنعوا الزجاج slabs.
Okay.
ياخدوا الزجاج and they put it into like this ion exchange bath, and they just leave it there. And then there's an ion exchange between so the glass does not change thickness, does not change hardness, does not change color, doesn't change anything. It remains the same as the original glass they manufactured. The only difference is there's an ion exchange between the salt bath they have and the glass itself. So there's an ion exchange where the ions that go inside the glass are much bigger than the ions that left it. And boom, it becomes Gorilla Glass.
I still don't understand how does that does not break. Like, does glass break usually because these bonds or these ionic bonds break?
Because there are defects. So glass breaks because there are defects that allows it to break these bonds between them. I don't understand it in terms of chemistry, but I understand it in terms of physics. For example, imagine انت قاعد تركض في عادي يعني مثلا انت في like in an open field وقاعد تركض. Right? Now لما انت تركض in an open field, if there's no one around you and you're allowed to move with whatever speed, you're going to move with the fastest speed possible, صح?
Yeah.
Now if I come and
if I have the stamina
touch you, right? Yeah. So if I come and just touch you, ايش بيصير فيك while you're running? You lose balance وبتطيح.
Yes.
Now imagine you're trying to move or run in a very backed field where everybody is standing there, and you're allowed to move, but not too much. So now your movement is constrained, limited. When I just touch you, nothing will happen to you because, dude, I'm not first of all, I'm around everybody else, so I'm not gonna go anywhere.
So I'm supported basically.
I'm supported,
and I'm not moving that fast.
And I'm not moving that fast. So this is similar to the ion exchange. So the original ions in the glass system, they're small. And the density of them is think about it.
And so they're running around.
Right. So the moment you give them kinetic energy or a shock, then they just separate very quickly. Because there's nothing holding them. The shock does not propagate. Versus when you have all of these denser ions, bigger ions next to each other, and then you give them a shot, and they're you take it. You take it. Everybody.
It gets distributed. Energy, right? The force gets distributed. Okay.
Yeah, that's the simplest explanation without going too scientific about it. But explain it. Apple, explain it. ليش لما نروح كورنينج وناخذ الجوريلا جلاس اللي عندهم ونرميه على الاسفلت ما يصير له ولا شيء.
It will always be a mystery.
Yeah, I'll take an iPhone and it shatters. Yet you wanted them to create Gorilla Glass. So it's also they tell you, Corning, they tell you, no, the glass that they are demonstrating has almost no impurities. It's perfect Gorilla Glass. But you know, when we mass produce it,
some of it, yeah, sure,
unintentionally. It's not intentional. No. I'm not deliberately creating glass that will eventually break. Come on,
I would never do that.
Who would do that? Who would do that? So yeah, bland obsolescence, and we see it everywhere. I think we see it also in cars nowadays. Also, this is another reason why car manufacturers, Ford and all of them, started to create different colors because they wanted the appeal of I have the latest color, or I have the latest engine or whatever. But it's usually minimal. Whenever you see a product with minimal improvements and things that make no sense just purely for consumers to buy, always, not always, I would say more often than not, they also have triggers in them that only survive for a specific amount of time because I do want you to replace them, right?
Yeah.
So bland obsolescence literally is a very interesting concept to me. I just learned it yesterday. like I knew about it, like I thought about it before, but like yesterday, like
You got into
literally a
the
light
depth
bulb,
of it.
like a
Yeah.
light bulb goes. I was like, holy! And it's like invented by like these light bulb manufacturing cartel. Like, not I think other people use them, but like these. What was it? What were their name is?
Phoenix, Phoebe.
I don't know. It's some weird name. Yeah, planned obsolescence.
Phoebus.
So Phoebus cartel.
Phoebus.
They ruined everything in the world, and that's probably يعني حقيقة هذا ممكن السبب اللي يخلينا نشتري منتجات وانها تخرب. انه it drives the economy.
I think someone else would have thought about it as well.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Probably. Eventually. Yeah. But, you know, these light bulb manufacturers took it to another level.
Anyway, it's been a nice conversation.
Yeah. Yeah,
Things
exactly.
To start the day, man. Yes.
Yeah. Enjoy your weekend. To everyone, have a great working day. Hopefully it's a short day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys. We'll talk to you guys all next week.
Yes, and have a good day, everyone.
Right.